Did you realize that by 80, you may have lost half your muscular mass? Indeed, it's more than feeling weak. Sarcopenia is slowly stealing the strength, balance, and independence of millions of seniors worldwide. Over 50 million seniors are affected. Over 300,000 older adults are hospitalized each year for weak muscle falls. The shocking part is this. New Journal of Physiology research disproves the concept that muscle loss is inevitable with age. Some 70 and 80-year-olds have the strength, movement, and appearance of younger people. Some struggle to stand up from a chair or climb stairs. What's their secret? Here's the issue. 93% of seniors don't know which habits help stop muscle loss. Even more unexpected, most doctors never suggest them. Top researchers at the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Medical School say science-backed daily behaviors can recover strength, muscular mass, and independence into old life. Unfortunately, most people make one daily mistake that increases muscle loss without realizing it. Correcting this simple tendency could mean the difference between staying busy and needing help with basic activities. This movie explains the 7 everyday practices of the strongest seniors. They still climb mountains, play sports, and outperform half their age in strength tests. Before we begin, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tell us where you're watching in the comments. Let's start. Habit 7. Hormetic stress, the obvious strength secret. Most people think aging entails muscular loss and weakening. Maybe comfort is the real problem, not time. One of the best ways to maintain strength and muscle into your 70s, 80s, and 90s isn't a pill, powder, or protein bar. Many avoid stress, but it's there, more particularly hormetic stress, a type of short-term managed stress that strengthens your body. It's probably happened to you unknowingly. Ever woken up by a cold shower? Or felt rejuvenated after a sauna session? They activate powerful, age-defying biological mechanisms and increase mood. It works like this. Short-term stressors, like cold, heat, or famine, activate survival systems that protect muscles, enhance mitochondria, and release repair hormones that keep your body youthful. Consider cold exposure. Just 30 to 60 seconds of cold water at the end of your shower can boost adiponectin production, which prevents muscle breakdown. Finnish researchers found that regular sauna use reduces muscle loss in older persons by 40%. In 12 weeks, intermittent fasting, limiting your eating window to 8 to 10 hours a day, can increase muscle cell performance by 10% without weight loss or strength loss. Perhaps most surprising, isometric contractions, pushing or pulling against a steady object with full effort for 5 to 10 seconds, can trigger muscle-building signals like a complete workout without joint strain. Of course, moderation matters. Temporary hormonic stress works. Doing too much has the opposite impact. It triggers on longevity genes that keep muscles stronger, longer when done appropriately. Despite the science, most seniors ignore this habit. Either it sounds extreme or no one fully articulated its benefits. Adding a cold rinse, light fast, or quick muscle contraction to your week could be one of the wisest methods to maintain your strength for years to come if you're over 60. What's next? We're looking at a daily behavior many seniors conduct with good intentions but may be harming their muscles. Most people know that protein is crucial for muscle maintenance, especially as we age. Many seniors don't realize that protein quality may be as essential as quantity. Here comes protein timing. It may help older persons reverse muscle loss without changing their diet. Our bodies naturally use protein less efficiently to create and repair muscle as we age. Scientists term it anabolic resistance. Consuming protein alone isn't enough. It must be eaten strategically. Most seniors make one significant error. Dinner is a substantial meal to make up for breakfast, and lunch is low protein intake. That one-time overload doesn't work as expected. Here's why. After each meal, muscles can only produce protein for 3 to 4 hours. Only eating enough protein once a day misses several chances to build muscle. The answer? Distribute protein. Eat 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal, including breakfast. Instead of toast or cereal for breakfast, consider Greek yogurt, eggs, cottage cheese, or a protein smoothie. Lunch and dinner should include lean meats, fish, tofu, beans, or dairy. The University of Texas found that seniors who followed this technique gained 1.2 pounds of muscle in 12 weeks without changing their regimen. No extra workouts, no supplements. Just better timing. Even better, distributing protein throughout the day improves blood sugar, hunger, and cognition. Everything that deteriorates with age. The conclusion? Don't allow bad timing undermine your protein intake efforts. Daily meals can be muscle-preserving with a few tweaks. Up next, we're discussing the vitamin over 80% of older folks are deficient in and how it could be affecting their strength and balance. Fifth habit. Vitamin D, the silent strength killer. Most people associate vitamin D with bone health. This important substance has a hidden benefit that helps preserve muscle power as we age. And disturbing truth. Over 80% of elderly persons lack vitamin D, and most are unaware. Many seniors don't aware vitamin D isn't simply for bones, also known as muscle vitamin, because muscle cells have vitamin D receptors. They can't construct, repair, or function without enough. The landmark JAMA Internal Medicine study found that elderly with appropriate vitamin D levels had 25% more muscle power than those without. Rapid reaction times, greater balance, and lower fall risk were also seen. All essential for independence. It gets worse here. By your 60s, your skin produces 50% less vitamin D from sunlight. That implies you may not receive enough even if you're outside. Daily suggested amount for seniors? 600 Australian units. However, research reveals that most seniors find that too low. Many physicians now recommend 2,000 to 4,000 AU daily for healthy blood levels, especially if you don't get enough light or eat D-rich foods like fatty fish and fortified dairy. A catch, though. If you supplement with vitamin D, especially at high dosages, you need vitamin K also. Without it, calcium can build up in arteries instead of bones and muscles, raising heart disease risk. Fermented soy natto, hard cheeses, egg yolks, and organ meats contain vitamin K2. What can you do? Get a vitamin D blood test from your doctor. Target levels over 40 nanograms per milliliter. D3 should be added with K2 if needed. Eat extra vitamin D and K2-rich foods. Get 15 to 20 minutes of midday sunshine if feasible. A simple vitamin can make the difference between staying strong and steady or fading away. Next, we'll examine one of the most neglected causes of age-related muscle loss: how your gut may be weakening you. Chronic inflammation, the silent muscle robber number 4. Most people associate inflammation with something evident: joint swelling, redness, discomfort. What if the most harmful inflammation is feelingless? Scientists term it inflammaging, or chronic low-grade inflammation. It's one of the most under-recognized and damaging muscle loss factors in older folks. What's going behind the scenes? Small amounts of inflammation build up in the body as we age owing to poor sleep, intestinal imbalances, stress, or hidden food allergies. Although it doesn't generate immediate symptoms, this quiet inflammation slowly weakens you. A pioneering Tufts University study found that seniors with high inflammation lost muscle mass 3 times quicker than those with lower levels, even if they ate the same protein and exercised consistently. Why? Because inflammation disrupts muscle growth signals. Simply said, it makes muscle building harder and muscle breakdown easier. Good news, though. Superagers, the strongest, most resilient older adults, share one trait. They reduce inflammation daily with simple methods. Here are some good behaviors. Quality sleep matters. Sleeping at the same time in a dark room can lower inflammatory cytokines by 40%. Support gut health. The gut causes most inflammation in older persons. To feed healthy gut bacteria, superagers eat 30-plus plant meals each week and fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut. Balance workouts. Movement is important, but too much might cause inflammation. Thus, many older adults flourish with modest daily activity and 2 brief, vigorous sessions each week. Consume anti-inflammatory foods. Omega-3s from fatty fish, turmeric, berries, green tea, and olive oil quiet the immune system and protect muscular tissue. For best benefits, consume 2 to 3 grams of omega-3s daily. Unsure of your inflammatory levels? Ask your doctor for an HRS-CRP test, a basic blood test that can detect silent inflammation. Superagers keep their levels below 1.0 milligrams per liter, but many seniors have 3 to 5 times higher levels without recognizing it. The conclusion? A healthy diet and exercise won't protect your muscles if your body is constantly inflamed. When you reduce the flames first, your strength might rise. Next, a collection of potent micronutrients that assist your muscles, and why skipping them may be damaging your efforts. Third, micronutrients. Diet generally focuses on muscle-supporting MVPs, protein, carbohydrates, and fats. If you're over 60 and seeking to maintain your strength, you should focus elsewhere. Micronutrients. Consider them unsung heroes. Though they don't create muscle, they help your body use protein and benefit from exercise. This is the catch. Many elderly persons are weak in one of these nutrients without knowing it. Magnesium is a major player. Over 300 muscle-related physiological activities, including energy production, muscle contraction, and recuperation, depend on magnesium, the neglected electrolyte. Over 70% of seniors don't get enough. One study found that seniors with adequate magnesium had 30% higher grip strength and physical performance than those with even modestly inadequate magnesium. For magnesium, eat leafy greens, nuts, seeds, beans, and dark chocolate. Next, creatine. It's not only for bodybuilders. Creatine stores energy in muscles and boosts strength and cognition in older persons. In seniors, 3 to 5 grams of creatine daily with resistance training increases muscular mass, power, and mental performance. Vitamin B12 is crucial as we age. Why? Because B12 absorption decreases with age, especially if you take proton pump inhibitors or metformin, 2 frequent senior drugs. Energy metabolism, neuron function, and muscle signaling depend on B12. The best form of B12 is methylated, or methylcobalamin, not the cheap synthetic version in most multivitamins. Remember trace minerals. Zinc boosts immunity and muscle restoration. Selenium prevents muscle oxidation. Improved insulin sensitivity helps nutrients reach muscle tissue faster with chromium. A 5-year Tufts University study indicated that seniors with appropriate micronutrient levels kept 22% more muscle mass than those without. What's next? Don't guess. Ask your doctor for a micronutrient panel to find gaps. Prioritize vitamin-rich whole foods. Supplement strategically, not excessively, based on physiological needs. Because without the micronutrient support crew behind the scenes, your protein intake and exercises won't be fully effective. Next, an interesting look at your brain-muscle relationship and why keeping one link may be the key to being strong, coordinated, and independent in your senior years. Habit number 2, neuromuscular connections. The underlying relationship between strength and aging. People often associate muscle loss with diminishing muscle fibers or inactivity. What if your neural system's regulation of your muscles is the real issue indeed? The neuromuscular junction between your brain and muscles helps you stay strong, coordinated, and independent as you age. No amount of protein or exercise will totally restore your strength once that connection frays, which happens faster than most people think. The transaction. Without maintenance, these neuromuscular connections gradually weaken after 60. Imagine electrical outlets. Muscle power doesn't matter if wires are destroyed. The signal fails. Good news, though, recent studies demonstrate that certain routines can retain or restore brain-to-muscle links, keeping older persons robust, mobile, and mentally sharp. How do superagers manage? First, they train coordination, not strength. Tai Chi, dancing, tennis, and ping pong challenge the brain and nervous system more than walking or weightlifting. In 2020, elderly adults who did coordination-based exercise twice a week kept their neuromuscular connections 31% better than those who did regular workouts. 2. They nourish their nerves. Alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl-L-carnitine protect the neuromuscular junction against oxidation. Benfotiamine, huperzine, and active B1. A boosts acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter your neurons use to trigger muscles. 3. They stimulate vagus. Simple breathing exercises like box breathing, inhale 4 seconds, hold 4, expel 4, hold 4, can boost parasympathetic activity and neuromuscular signaling. Recent research suggests that 5 minutes a day can increase neuromuscle activation by 15%. 4. They stay focused. Cognitive decline and muscular atrophy often occur together. Neural networks that control thinking and memory also control movement. In a Columbia University research, seniors who played memory games, puzzles, or learned new skills had greater neuromuscular function than their contemporaries. As most fitness advice focuses on the body, superagers know that without mental training, muscles won't follow. The best part is that these behaviors are easy, fun, and doable at home. No gym membership or expensive gear needed. The most powerful habit, which researchers say the closest thing to an anti-aging medicine, is next. First, progressive resistance exercise, the ideal anti-aging habit. This practice distinguishes vigorous, independent 80-year-olds from fragile, sedentary ones. Not a supplement, not a superfood, not even walking, swimming, or yoga, though those are fantastic. Progressive resistance training is the closest thing to an anti-aging medicine, according to Tufts University experts. Here's why. After 30, adults lose 3% to 8% of muscle mass per decade, and the rate accelerates after 60. But this goes beyond appearance and athleticism. Muscle loss reduces strength, balance, mobility, metabolism, and independence. This is the most neglected fact. Staying active doesn't preserve muscle. You must push muscle to retain or increase it as you age. Progressive overload serves that purpose. 4 principles guide superagers. First, they emphasize intensity over movement. A short session of high-effort strength training benefits aging muscles more than hours of gentle exercise. One McMaster University study indicated that 2 weeks of high-intensity training increased muscle gain more than 5 weeks of moderate exercise. Not heavy lifting is the goal. The goal is safe muscular exhaustion. That I can't complete another rep with form? Growth begins there. They value compound movements. Superagers prefer full-body exercises that imitate real-life actions to curls and leg extensions, squats, chair stands, wall push-ups, rows or pulls with resistance bands, deadlifts, hip hinges with form. These exercises activate additional muscle groups, hormones, and functional strength for daily use. 3. They track and advance difficulty. Always using light weights won't work. Superagers keep a notebook of their workouts and try to do more each week, increase reps, resistance, and stress. 4. They slow things down, especially going down. The eccentric phase, moderate weight reduction, increases tension and growth without damaging joints. One of the safest and most effective ways to increase strength in older persons. The kicker. Even seniors in their 70s or 80s can improve greatly. A 12-week progressive strength training program helped older persons grow nearly 3 pounds of muscle and 35% more strength, according to a University of Alabama research. 2 30-minute sessions each week increased brain function, bone density, and blood sugar control while strengthening muscles. Many older folks avoid strength training because they think it's too harmful or for their age. But the true threat? Not doing. Because without resistance exercise, muscle loss and everything else are inevitable: falls, frailty, and reliance. Choose this behavior from this video. Progressive resistance training is safe, accessible, and life-changing, regardless of your starting point. Remember, you're not alone. A certified trainer, physical therapist, or online guidance can help you start safely and confidently. That's it. 7 proven practices that help seniors thrive as they age. You can get stronger, sharper, and more independent at 60, 70, 80, or beyond. Aging needn't slow you down. Not when science shows us how to train smarter, eat better, and live stronger, habit by habit. This is your challenge. Start one habit today. Only one of 7. Breakfast with 30 grams of protein may help. Maybe a 10-second isometric hold. Perhaps it's getting your vitamin D from the sun. Do everything with intention. Build from there. You're investing in your future self, the one who will travel, dance, and move freely years from now. Now we want your feedback. Which habit surprised you most? Are you unknowingly practicing any of these? Who over 70 inspires you with strength? Comment your story below. Who you inspire next is unknown. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a boost. Next Vitality chapter begins now. Make it strong.